welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another dun dun anime review, and today we're reviewing the anime called Maoyuu Yuusha. Sit back and relax, and let's get into the review. Yay! 15 years ago, 15 years had passed since the war between humans and demons began. Dissatisfied with their slow advancement in the demon realm, the hero abandoned his companions to quickly forge ahead to the Demon Queen's castle. Upon his arrival at the royal abode, the hero makes a startling discovery. Not only is the Demon Queen a woman of imperial beauty, but she also seeks the hero's help. Confused by this unexpected turn of events, the hero refuses to ally himself with his enemy, claiming that the war the demon has waged is tearing the southern nations apart. However, the Demon Queen rebuts, arguing that the war was not only unifying humanity, but also brought them wealth and prosperity, providing evidence to support her claim. Furthermore, she explains, Demon Queen, human hero, just to make sure, she explained that if the war were to end, the supplies sent by the Central Nations in aid to the Southern nations would cease, leaving hundreds to thousands to starve. Fortunately, she offers the human a way to end the war while bringing hope not only to the Southern nations, but also the rest of the world, though she will need his assistance to make this a reality. Finally convinced, the hero agrees to join his now former enemy in her quest, vowing to stay together through sickness and health as they set off to the human world. Now, I feel like when that last part I said kind of looks like they're married. I don't know, because I'm not going to spoil that for you. I'm not going to that much detail, but it does have 12 episodes, so it won't take you that long to watch. It premiered January 5th of 2013 and ended March 30th, 2013. Premiered in the winter, so it's like a couple years old, but not that bad. Each episode runs for 23 minutes long. It is PG-13, so I don't recommend any young children watching this. This is Mao, she's the Demon Queen, and this is Yuusha, because we have half of their name, which are kind of in the title of the anime, to begin with. As the picture goes out, sorry guys. The animation, when I first saw the trailer for this, it was visually stunning, and I was honestly impressed with the whole animation of the series in general as a whole. I mean, like, it was stunning. It was supposed to be based in like medieval times of dragons and knights and whatever the case may be. Even though it's supposed to be created like a historical anime, there are frequently similar to that adaptation of a manga or video game. Often, sometimes the author has to like resort to fillers material to clumsily meet the airing requirements for the show. However, an axiom that the director ought to familiarize themselves with is the quality is generally better than quantity. Thankfully, the inference only apply to certain aspects of Maoyuu Maou Yuusha, and in the recent adaptation of the original light novel under the same name. Set in a time period of gruesome war and political correction, Maoyuu depicts a fantasy world where humans and devils are fighting for their ultimate authority while exploring the factions involving war. Despite it falling under the fantasy genre, Maoyuu brings many historical references to play, from the great innovations of the Discovery Age, some as the compass mule type prints, etc., to the spread of crops like potato, corn, onto the agricultural industry. Moreover, it's a reminiscence of a certain series that many of us could never forget, Spice Wolf, if you remember that anime. Better known for the formula for enchanting romance, Spice and Wolf consists of a very similar antique structure in the way that it handles plot, drama, and world building, and specifically the daily lives of merchants. While this may sound bland, Spice and Wolf managed to make it work with a recipe of individual arcs for concentration purposes, and thus the viewers can get a fine view of this person's episode with several delightful, pungent subjects at hand. And like, think as mayo would be a mix between candy bars and potatoes, and spice will be a mix between curry and rice. Since it's neither a smart combination nor a complete satisfying experience, still it's only a comparison that one is weaker than the other. The steady epic approaches of Maoyuu employs that very much stand out on its own. A scaffold plot, after all, is better than none at all. The story of Maoyuu kind of starts with our protagonist Yuusha, he's the hero, siding with the humans, not expecting to meet the beautiful demon queen Mao. She's very pretty, don't get me wrong, whose only wish is to negotiate with him in the hearts of the demon castle. After their fate meeting, Yuusha then embarks on the journey at Mao's will, and then each episode continues with many stories about Yasha's encounter and fighting for a seemingly non-existent reason. Whereas it is fairly observed from the start that Yuusha has difficulty conveying his true intention for Mia, and sometimes these are misunderstandings are used for comedic purposes as well as entertainment. Although representing the several quirks that Maoyuu Yuusha begins to add onto the character interaction, they would make a certain arc more interesting. However, side characters do abruptly intervene in the capital of romance arcs, usually with a very few good reasons for doing so, and thus some development can turn out stagnant without progression. Most side characters also have very little to offer, ranging from a delicious maid to a female knight like Omiyakeshi at times, but female characters who surround Yuusha in hers and become quite questionable whether or not pandering to the odds was in purpose. And although some characters were satisfied that fleshed out the consultative stories, other individuals have trouble depicting their prominent roles in the series. Some of true matters also bring up the lack of characterization or predestination to determine the presence of a solid personality for specific characters, since most of the cast only experiences the try development. Mao, for example, is best described by her critics as a useless me. Although Mao herself defends this and claims at all costs the significant deed that she has achieved and will, the matter of fact, remain the hero and role embodies a few inconsistent hiccups. At the time, she constantly aims to resolve world peace, while the scenes which really follows her scholarly deliberations are abruptly placed daydreaming of Yuusha. Such applies to the grander scale of Miles as a disconcerting historical figure and side characters to bring concern about the time period being depicted, the medieval ages. Accordingly, the portrayal of the church public servant during prehistoric times may have eluded some of the explorations, but Mao does ostensibly illustrate the corruption which overtook officials of feudal societies. Additionally, charming aspects of Mao resides with how the characters were named after fantasy classes, which effortlessly resorts to a lovely core. However, due to the enormous cast, Mao could engineer insightful eccentrics for certain characters as did for the others. So likewise, character aesthetics and stuck by general adult decorations. However, the art direction layouts for many of the map animation and arrangement of the urban city images are in comparison much better. Music is undoubtedly one of the Mao's greatest assets. The original soundtrack interests viewers for their vibrant nature and likewise instrumental pieces invokes an inhabitable atmosphere with a spirit opening and ending theme. Along with bigger correlation between the animation and music, also paints an impressive feeling for the series overall, and the singing with all benefits of the role perfectly. And then on the contrary, good narration doesn't necessarily equal quality dialogue either. But that's just my notion from what I've seen in a couple episodes of the anime itself. Overall, I think you should give it a try. I'm not trying to spell too much. I don't know if I can find any more artwork without trying to give too much away of the series in general as a whole, but it seems like a good series to you can possibly get a kick out of it in a sense, and there'll be some comedic appeal to it. Plus, if you like medieval stuff, this might be an alley. It kind of reminds you like the Renaissance Festival, just minus the pretty female demon queen, because that was not in medieval time. More like dragons than not demons, but overall, it's mildly diverse, and it tried to bring something to the table for everyone, essentially. And a mixture of historical references with fantasy themes. Some of the themes are mirrored over by simple explanations. And, that could depend on how you interpret it, in a sense, and how you would interpret the series as a whole, if you think it's more trying to be more historical reference, or if not, and it's just there for comedic relief, then so be it. But, it's also funny to see how the hero trying to be the hero and, trying to overcome all the twists and turns that are thrown its way, possibly. But, y'all can say that for any anime you actually watch historical reference. But, I would give this a 8.4 out of 10. Comment down below which one is your favorite character. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you have seen this series. And it's also it was based on a light novel. Its genre is an adventure, demon, romance, and fantasy. So if that's something you're looking for, check this anime out. That is all for my anime review of Maoyuu Maou Yuusha. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right and not butchering the name, because that'd be really bad. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for another dun anime review. Also be a lookout for my room tour for my dorm and the room tour of my building that I'm currently living in college. Also keep out, I will probably do another video for tomorrow for Band Book Week. That is coming up soon for Saturday. So keep out an eye for that. If not, hope you have a good weekend. And I'll see y'all again next Friday. And I'll see you tomorrow to see you on Saturday for another anime review and Sunday. Until then, see you later, guys. Bye.